So the idea of intelligence comes in different ways that we might view it and see it. I was laughing. I was watching somebody speak, and I'm trying to remember who it was, and I really connected with the whole idea of something that they felt that they were challenged by. A lot of times, sometimes we can get in the mindset of, is intelligence static? Can we only reach a certain capacity of our ability to be intellectual and understand and know new things? But then also we can look at it from a perspective of challenging ourselves to learn new things. Now, this is kind of a basic challenge that I have dealt with all through school. And from high school, undergrad, going into grad school, and I even catch myself when I'm in meetings and that kind of thing, or doing other professional work. And so what I want to talk a little bit about today is just, for me, one of the things that's been hard for me is using my Southern twang. All right. Saying y'all versus you all. So I remember when I was in the my working on my PhD at Virginia Tech, and we were I think it was a poster presentation, it was a research session we were having, and I had a faculty member that was talking to me, and I was having a hard time. However, I should say doctoral, doctorate, and working on the on my terminology. And so sometimes it can be hard to hear that feedback. And then you feel that when you are using other types of dialect or accents, even if it's, individuals from different cultures, there's this tendency to feel that maybe I'm not sounding as intelligent. I'm like, oh man, I just said y'all. Why did I just say y'all? Or I used to, especially when I was younger, I would say things such as like down yonder and fixing to, I'm fixing to go to the meeting or fixing to go here or there. I always tell people though, if the Southern twang comes out, and that means I'm really relaxed and I'm probably actually starting to feel pretty comfortable having a conversation with you. So I don't think that there needs to be a loss of our cultural personalities in relation to the different dialects that we have. But what I wanted to talk about, Dr. Carol Dweck, she's a professor at Stanford University, talks about the whole idea of having a growth mindset versus a fixed mindset. And a fixed mindset really looks at the idea that there's no potential growth, that intellectual capacity is static and it can't change. The idea that people tend to, if they have a fixed mindset, try to look smart, which can lead to avoiding specific challenges. You may tend to give up easily. You kind of see effort as like, that's not even worth it. Like, why are people putting in so much effort to do this work? People with a fixed mindset have a hard time taking criticism, and then also not celebrating the success of others. And so one of the things with the growth mindset is that it's a view that intelligence can be developed. So if it is, yes, me as a faculty member learning my field of sport management as well as leadership studies, if it is someone who is an electrician and they've gone to school to have a certain amount of skill set to do that work, whatever that is, that capacity continues to grow over time and can benefit with a growth mindset. So a growth mindset is someone that's going to put themselves out there to feel uncomfortable. They're going to take on a new challenge. They also realize that you can persist through setbacks. Things aren't always going to go the way that they're planned, and that some of the challenges that we take on are a process. There's a lot about effort and persistence related to trying to reach some kind of goal, and how we work through being strategic about that and knowing that we don't know everything and we're going to use different resources to learn more. The ability to take feedback. So if I need to sit up straight or not slouch down, or in certain settings, what is my audience? If I'm saying y'all or you all or those kinds of things. And really to find lessons of inspiration in other people's success. So how can we look to other people to inspire us to put forth that effort? And there's so many friends and colleagues that I have. One of the things that some colleagues that are here on my campus at Elon, as well as within campus recreation, we try to find ways to not focus on what's not going well, but to say, hey, what has been successful for you this week? And for me, it really inspires me to be able to hear what they've accomplished, and then also being able to give them support and to kind of say, that's awesome, like, go for it, and talk about it. I think the other thing, when I see that I do this a lot with my son, so the next few weeks are going to be extremely insane with my 10-year-old fifth grader. He's involved in flag football. He's on the running club on Tuesdays. He has signed up to do the science fair, and he's going to be studying the use of basketballs made out of recycled materials. And he came home yesterday and said, "Hey, Mom, I'm gonna to stand for the school vice president." I was like, "Oh, all right." So we had some time yesterday to kind of talk about it. And as we were talking about the science fair and standing for vice president, what we talked about was this idea of like getting feedback from people and knowing that when we're conducting this research for recycled basketballs, there's going to be things that may not go well, and there's things that will go well, but there's going to be something that we learn from it, and what is it that we take from that experience. We also talked about his opportunity to stand for class for the school vice president, and he's got to get all his signatures, so I'm not sure if it's a definite yet. He's working on signatures at school today, but how do we go through pushing ourselves to feel uncomfortable, to take these risks, and knowing that it may not go the way that I assumed. I may not be the one in the success. Maybe I'll be able to celebrate the success of others. How can I challenge? How can I take feedback so that I can use that in the future? So I guess I just want to leave everyone with this, is that a fixed mindset can break you down, and a growth mindset can build you up. And so earlier this morning, I was at the gym, and I had shared a quote by Eleanor Roosevelt, that with the new day comes new strength and new thoughts. So consider, are you set and stuck in a fixed mindset, or are you are you looking forward and having a growth mindset? And again, that faculty member's name is Dr. Carol Dweck. I'll be talking a little bit more about her research, as well as just some other kind of tidbits related to the fixed and growth mindset in this Friday's blog post. So hope you can check it out and have an amazing day. Bye.